Here, I'm gonna try that head. Pulling this, it's a bark. All right, guys, welcome to our Labor Day episode of Mark's on the Grill. Today is all about serving a whole lot of people all at once because, man, that's what it's all about. It's all about the Teamsters and the labor guys and getting up in the morning and getting the job done and building our roads and building our buildings. And, man, salute to you. Thank you. Well done. All these meals are for you. For the rest of us, it's the last weekend of summer and it sucks. So here's what I'm going to do. I got the last of my hamburger here. Browning up for my chili, because man, nothing will serve a crowd like chili. Now, listen, we kept talking, we're talking about Labor Day being the end of summer. I got to tell you, man, I used to travel the roads in Canada 4 months out of the year, and I would travel around to little exhibitions and what you'd call state fairs and all that kind of stuff, and we'd pitch our little products and we'd have our little fun. And man, I looked forward to Labor Day every year because that was the last day of either the C&E, which is the Canadian National Exhibition, or the P&E, which is the, if anybody's watching here that has a spoon scooper ladle here that they would like me to showcase and sell on Mark's on the Grill, I'm due. There we go. Let's go ahead, give that a stir. All right, love it. Get all that worked in. Guys, chili's easy, man. You just get that ground beef browned, throw some spices in there, and this guy's perfect. These tailgaters, love it, because it's got a burner on one side, so you can do everything you normally do on a grill on one side, and then get everything nice and hot, your fish fries, your chilies, whatever, on that side. So we're gonna get our chili going. Oh, by the way, I was talking about the C&E and the P&E. Those shows were 18 days, man. They were long ones, and we were there start to finish, 10, 12 hours a day. So come Labor Day, come that whole September 4th weekend, holy moly, man, we were ready to be done. And by the time we packed up, I didn't even want to talk to the guy at the drive-thru when it was all over. So that was my Labor Day for a bunch of years. So look at this here, you guys. Nice and quick. There we go. Love it. Put that in. Now, Labor Day is a lot more special to people than Brussels sprouts and chili. So you know what? We did some kind of fun for you, man. You're gonna love this. Let me get this guy going. Get this bacon in there. It'll start to crisp and separate. Get our little bit of a char on our Brussels sprouts. By the way, you can blanch these first if you want to. It just makes this part quicker, entirely up to you. But if you'll notice behind me, I have my Char-Broil 3-in-1, and we sold that on HSN for about 8, 9, 10 years. It's still an item there. This was the original, man. Everybody loves this item, and you're gonna love it now, because watch this. You can smoke in this bad boy. Come here. No kidding, you guys. Here you go. Here is brisket and a pulled pork just for you guys, right? Because you get the job done. So follow me over here. There we go. And I love this. I'm gonna grab my very well used, looks dirty, but they're clean, hot hands, like that. And I'm gonna put that cloth on the ground there because it was annoying me. Well, let's go ahead and bring the brisket over here. By the way, you want to see something and it's still bubbling away? That is a bark. I love it. All right, these basket systems that Char-Broil gives you are actually kind of cool because you can take these guys out and you can do multi-level cooking. So if just a brisket ain't good enough for you, no problem, I got you covered. So here we go, we'll pull pork in the bottom here. And I am gonna show you something so cool. By the way, the cleanup, fantastic. All right, so here we go. Let me go ahead and put that here. Now, oh, I wonder how we tell if it's done. I'm gonna try that way. That's done. Isn't that great? So I'm gonna set that there. By the way, you know, Labor Day is the end of summer. If you've got cabins or homes out on the lake, you're closing those up, and it's no different for around the house. Listen, if you want to do some of these sandwiches and stuff, don't run to the store and buy more bread to throw in the pantry. Use this time to clean out your fridges and your pantries too. You got some old hot dog buns? Cut them in half. Who are you impressing? Come on now. Let's go ahead and take this out of here. Our chili is looking fine and dandy. Our spoon still sucks. So let's go ahead and we'll get this guy served up. I tell you. Oh, I got a fun story for you. So yeah, every year in Toronto, there's a an 18-day long fair and exhibition called the C&E, Canadian National Exhibition. And I remember one year, and it would be easy enough to Google because it was quite a thing. Oh, by the way, the chili ain't no chili until it's got cheese. Now it's chili. Okay, so guys, here's what happened. I don't know if you remember that giant blackout in New York and Canada, right around kind of the mid-2000s, I think it was. I had pulled into Toronto for the start of the show, and every time I used to go, I had a deal worked out with a buddy of mine who managed the gym, because I traveled in a camper van, and he would let me plug in to the back of the gym and then work out and use the showers in the morning. He was all cool with that, and it worked out great because it saved me a ton of money. But no matter how many years I did that show, I would never, ever, ever do it without asking. I always wanted to check with the guy. So I remember I showed up. It was a hot day, like really hot, and in order for me to sleep in the van, it was a long drive. It's like, you know, you want to turn the AC on, which requires a plug-in. So I pull up to the gym. I go inside. I ask if my buddy's there. He's like, no, he's out for me. I'm like, oh man. So I go in the back, and it's so hot. It's so hot. It's so hot. So I'm like, you know what? Forget it. So I plugged in the van so the air conditioner would come on, and I fell asleep. Right. When I woke up, it was to the sound of a pop of the power going on. I'm like, oh no, you gotta be kidding me. I'm like, oh no, you gotta be kidding me, right? I just like tripped their power or something. So I run around to the front of the gym just in time to see all the lights in the gym go, and then just like in a movie down the street, all the lights go on. I'm like, oh my God, I caused this. And that turned out being one of the epicenters of that whole electrical blackout that took New York and all this kind of stuff with it. Man, that was wild. I remember driving around in that. It was like a ghost town. Imagine Toronto, which is like New York light, driving around there, nobody on a Friday afternoon, man. There's a couple of cars abandoned, like it's the end of some sort of Armageddon movie. It's weird. So that's one of my Labor Day stories right there. Here we go. But Labor Day for most people is just that kind of last hoorah at the lake, that last go around camping. You know what I mean? It's just that final farewell to summer is what it's all about. So let's go ahead here. I'm having a knife flown in. All right, let's go ahead here and cut into this brisket, man. So when you're cutting into a brisket, you want to make sure that you go against the grain, which is that away. All right, here we go, guys. Listen, it's all about the bark. It's all about that tender, juicy, you gotta be kidding me result. It's why we take the time. It's why we take the effort. It's why we dedicate 8, 9, 10 years, 10 years, well, that's a good freaking brisket. 10 hours of our lives to this brisket. It's for that smoke ring. It's for that bark. It's for that crust. And it's for this. You ready? Here's what it's all about. Watch, watch, watch close. Oh, yeah. That's why you do it. All right. So let's go ahead. We got a few slices there to get ready for sandwiches. By the way, you want to test a brisket? Let me show you a great way to test a brisket to make sure it's done, okay? I'm going to get a bit thicker piece here. A brisket should break with the weight of its own. You get the idea. Guys, that brisket's done and it's perfect. I'm telling you, man, Char-Broil has figured out their smokers. I got one of those big monster ones that you pull behind your vehicle. My lovely working the camera wife got it for me for Christmas, and I love it. But that's a commitment, man. That's your Sunday. Don't plan anything else, okay? With Char-Broil smokers, you get those same results, which angers me a little bit, but you get them without any effort at all. So look at this, guys. I've got my char happening. Woo, that is pretty. That bacon's gonna crisp up. The color that pops from Brussels sprouts, even though when I was a kid, if I was forced to eat these, I would gag and cry for a week. When you make them this way, man, that's good stuff. You know what it means? It means I don't like Brussels sprouts. It means I like crispy bacon. That's what that means. Let's go ahead and push that to the side. And let's talk pulled pork. Guys, this crust, and if you can see this here, you see how thick that is? That's time and love, babies. That's what that is right there. That's time and love. Just let it go. It'll happen. It's not going to happen quick, but it'll happen. And when your fork can go, oh, you did it right. Because when you go ahead and you start pulling this and shredding this, those crispy outsides mixed with that melt in your mouth, 10 hours smoked pulled pork, oh my God, I love you, marry me again, sandwich. This is the way to do it, boy, let me tell you. In fact, let's go ahead and make one of these. All right, what do I need here? I need you like the sun needs the rain. Oh, a little bit of pork, a little bit coleslaw, because what's the point without it? And pretty sure that fly has been guarding my barbecue sauce quite nicely. Thank you, sir. Hi, guys. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, my God, what did I do? Daisy. Lottery. Perfect. All right, guys, so here we go. This is what it's all about. Let me go ahead and put this together for you. When it comes time to wrap up the summer, finish everything up, tell your stories about all the places you've been, the food you ate, man, there's no better way to do it than with big food. Like I said, that's what Labor Day was all about, getting together, feeding the crowds so they can get out there, do their thing, make America move, making it fly, making it drive, making it sing, making America, I'm not going to say great again because I can't bring myself to do it. They made America great in the first place. So my hat's off to the Teamsters, my hat's off to the union guys, my hat's off to everybody that we celebrate on Labor Day. And listen, if your way of celebrating is a bowl of chili, a little bit of a sandwich, some pulled pork and a brisket, well, you know what? No problem, because where I come from, you can't do this kind of Labor Day food wrong. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. We'll see you next time on Mark's on the Grill.